Hey, what's up everybody? This is Mr. 008 here, and today I have for you a video regarding update 33.0 for Bloons Tower Defense 6. This update has finally arrived, and there is some new content in this update, including the Ace Paragon, the Goliath Doomship, the intermediate map called Covered, or Covered Garden rather, which is a community-designed map. So congratulations and shout out to Super Sue. Hopefully I did not butcher that name. There's also an advanced map called Midnight Mansion. That's cool. Trophy store items including the Spider DDT skin, quality of life improvements, balance changes, and all of that. I look forward to covering the balance changes, but that will be for a separate video. Today is going to be all about the Ace Paragon. P.S. Dread Bloom was originally scheduled for this update, but someone from Ninja Kiwi, Rohan I believe, said that its development was delayed due to balance changes and bug fixes taking a while to implement and taking precedence. So we'll probably see Dread Bloom next update. I'm not certain, but yeah, I'm hoping for it then. And as far as that Covered Garden map goes, with that map, I believe you can only place towers, like in that preview, you can only place towers in the lower left because the smaller squares are covering up the rest of the map. I'm not certain of that, but that's what I believe as far as how it works. So we got a 020 helipilot right there as an Insta-Monkey daily reward. And here we go. Here is the Goliath Doomship. Costs 800,000 in-game cash compared to the Engineer Paragon, which is only 650k. So this is the new most expensive Paragon in the game. And on Impoppable, it's almost $1 million. It is like 960,000. It's 20% more than the base price on Impoppable. So let's go into the challenge editor right here and create a new challenge right here. Let's do didn't mean to pull that up. Let's do this, and let's do medium, standard, with all of the starting cash that we'll ever need, and we will start on round 100. So for special conditions, none. We're going to use Geraldo as our hero. Right now it just says selected, so yeah, monkey knowledge and all of that we will allow. So yeah, we'll do that, and we'll select Geraldo right here.
The store is open.
And we will check out the Ace Paragon. So I'm not going to max it out. I'm not going to do a degree 100 Ace Paragon today, but I am going to, at the very least, try to get a substantial degree. So I'll put a monkey village right there, and we will buff the tier 5s for a little while at least. At a tier 4 village, and then we'll put our tier 5 somewhere else since the home defense has global range. So there's that, and we will get the Flying Fortress and Zarbamba as well, and other things like Permabrew, for example. It's looking like we won't be able to get all 3 aces buffed with our current placement, but that's okay. So let's do also an energy and ultra boost. I'm not going to get too much, but increased by that tower. And last
Yes. Just welcome back.
some totems as well, so hopefully we can get at least a degree,
Precious
I'll
specimen.
say anywhere from degree 40 to 80 range or so, and then we will get this Paragon and see how it does. So,
Getting
yeah,
fire, getting here.
I am looking forward to this update, and I like most of the patch notes, but I do want to take a moment to talk about some things that I don't like. I don't want to sound negative, but I think these things warrant some significant attention. First, there was a new Paragon limit. You cannot get more than 3 Paragons in any individual game from now on. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. I understand as far as the boss gameplay is concerned. I understand that, but in just challenge editor or free play, that should not be there in my opinion, that limit. Also, I'm not sure if Ninja Kiwi is missing this. I would like an official statement from Ninja Kiwi to clarify this. In fact, I might post on the BTD6 subreddit to get clarification on this, because I feel like that will get more attention because my YouTube channel isn't that big yet. But if you have a Bloons Solver and a Super Bloon, and they're both attacking the same Moab class Bloon, they won't stack. They'll just override each other and cancel each other out. But in BTD Battles 2, they will stack. So why doesn't it work that way in BTD6, especially if BTD6 was around first? That's what I'm wondering. That's what makes me think it's intentional. But I think it's a bad choice because it makes glue gunners very underwhelming and unpopular to a lot of players, myself included. I would use them more if the different glue types did stack. And I've been forgetting to get these totems as well. But yeah, I would like some transparency regarding that from Ninja Kiwi. And don't get me wrong, this is still a great game. I'm just like making myself heard as far as the few things that I would change about the game. And speaking of few things I'd change about the game, I would make Paragons and the VTSG, assuming you have the upgrades and monkey knowledge unlocked, the necessary stuff for that. I would make that accessible in sandbox mode so that you don't have to go to the challenge editor, especially so you can test this stuff past round 300, or just if you want to like set it to different rounds and see how they do without having to play the rounds out one by one. And also, speaking of which, I'm not sure if this works or not, but I'd also make it so that resetting ability cooldowns restacks Geraldo's Shop in sandbox mode so that you can easily get degree 100 Paragons in sandbox. Because after all, you're supposed to be able to do whatever you want in sandbox as long as you're not testing round 1000 that you've only beaten through round 500 as just an example, like in the regular game mode.
My friend?
Or one of the regular game modes rather. So that's my 2 cents as far as that stuff is concerned. But it looks like we're almost halfway to that 16.2 million pops mark. And I am going to just spam in some specters here as well. I think we need about 10 of them to get the $250,000. I'm not sure why that village is there. Probably just a drag and drop related thing. I'm going to get these to the dumb cross path because I'm too lazy to put a bunch of villages down and all that. But yeah, I mean, it's not all that bad, the spy plane, but I still consider it the dumb cross path, because I prefer a more overall damage output rather than just counter detection, because there are other ways to get counter detection. So, again, don't take things too literally if I say something like dumb cross path. I'm not trying to sound insulting, it's just my way of saying that kind of thing. So, we're around 129 now, and we'll probably have the Ace Paragon by round 1.
Yes, my friend.
I'm not sure, maybe by round 140. I'll see what degree I get by round 140. If it's at least degree 40, which I think it will be, then that's what I'll get. And I almost forgot, upgrades. We need more upgrades. So I'm just going to spam even more specters down. Why not? Just get as many of as many of those upgrades as we can, because we need 100 upgrades worth of aces in order to maximize Paragon power. So that's 12. We'll get 17 specters because that is 102 upgrades. So that's all we need as far as money and upgrades are concerned, and we are reaching our required pump count as well. So we'll see where we are at in around 7 rounds, and we will just go as long as we can before we lose. And maybe we'll set a new record as far as the Paragon that can get the farthest, maybe not. And stay tuned for my degree 100 Goliath Doomship video, which I will be putting out pretty soon. I'm not sure quite when, but I'm definitely going to make it soon and put it out soon after that. And let me know in the comments as well, do you like Goliath Doomship as the name, or would you prefer something else like Biggest Plane, for example? What do you think? Which reminds me, let me see, Navarch of the Sea's description, the greatest thing to ever float on water. It doesn't mention size, it just says the greatest thing. But, yeah. Okay, so we definitely have as many pops as we will need. So I'll turn off auto start, and we will get some more totems there. It doesn't matter, like, if we're spacing them out, or putting them neat and orderly, or not, but, yeah, that's what we'll do there. And let's get the Goliath Doomship now. And it is degree 85, that's quite good. Alright, so we will sell all of that.
There you are.
And here we go. We will test this tower out and see how good it is. So it has some purple missile looking things as well as some green ones. So the green ones are homing, it looks like, but the purple ones are not. So that's interesting. It's not straight up like automatically, like it doesn't home no matter what. It shoots some homing, some non-homing. It's fast like the Sky Shredder and has some homing stuff like the Flying Fortress, but its homing effects are not that strong still. But it has no problem against round 140. And we did not test its ability yet, so I'm going to use it while a bad balloon is on the screen right here. And, okay, it actually just wipes the bad out. It does not even survive the blast. So it does take a little bit of time to activate the ability. It's not instant. It's not even as fast as the 4th or 5th tier Ground Zero and Zargamba abilities. So you do have to use this in advance. So I'm going to try it again when the next fortified band shows up and see what happens. We'll see if it deals even more damage, or if it does any kind of stunning effect, or yeah, like, I don't even know what to expect at this rate, because nothing can stun or slow bads that I know of, and only one thing, that being the Navark, can insta-kill them, and that's only a set number of times per round. So, we are going to see pretty shortly what happens. But so far, it's just cruising along, it's not even struggling. Bloons are getting close to a quarter of the way through the track. So I'm not expecting it to be like crazy strong, especially because Rohan did say, in an interview, he was talking to this group of YouTubers called the Three Buccaneers, I believe, in like a collab/interview type of video. And for those of you who don't know, Chemo Swavy, who I collaborated with in that episode that I uploaded a while ago, for the Creator Craft series, regarding Alukian and Ryan Mihalik's Minecraft server. Chemo Swavy is one of the Three Buccaneers. So there's technically only, with that in mind, 2 degrees of separation between Rohan and me. I have never outright spoken to Rohan, and I think it would be pretty cool to have someone from Ninja Kiwi on my channel, for an interview or something of the like. But yeah, we'll have to see when that opportunity may arise. I'm not sure when, but I just wanted to specify where I found this out from, getting back to the Ace Paragon, that Rohan did say that the Ace Paragon is ability dependent as far as getting to its full strength is concerned. So that is important to keep in mind. So far not bad, and take note how when the Ace is flying directly over top of the bloon that it is attacking, it deals a lot more damage when it's right over top of those bloons. I don't know if it drops bombs, I don't think it does, but note how all projectiles will hit the bloon that it is flying over, including the ones that don't hum, the purple ones, that are presumably based off of the Sky Shredder in terms of how they work. There aren't 32 of them shooting at once, I think it's 16, and they're not shooting incredibly fast like the Sky Shredder, but they are pretty strong. So now that we're on round 157, we are getting close to round 160. I'm wondering, can we get to round 180, perhaps even 200? I don't know. I haven't even been using the ability, so the fact that I have not been using the ability and we've still been getting pretty far, let's use it again just to showcase. So it does not stun bads and it does not one-shot them, but oh, and we can target it as well. So let's see. Centered path, circle path, figure infinite, figure 8. So yeah, and then that is to make it fly in the opposite direction. That'll keep it flying in its normal direction. And then there's a set target thing. So what if we set the target there? Not sure what that is doing exactly. Let's use the ability again and see. I don't know what that's doing exactly, so I'll just do that. As far as the targeting is concerned, put it right in the center. Actually, we'll put it here so it covers close to both the entrance and the exit, but I'm not sure if it's actually doing anything. But we're at 61.5 million pops so far, and that DDT was getting crazy far. So I think we might lose soon, I'm not sure, but we definitely have to keep an eye out on when to use that ability, because if we don't use it at the right time, then we may lose, but if we had used it at the right time, we may have gotten farther. So we will see. We will just have to let things play out. So while I am letting the Ace Paragon do its thing, I want to ask you all, what are your thoughts on this update? Like, overall, do you think it's a great update, a bad update, somewhere in between? I like this update personally. It would have been cooler with Dread Bloon, but it's not a bad update. But again, I do not like the 3 Paragon limit, especially in non-boss modes. Boss modes, I totally understand, but in non-boss modes, I don't think that limit should be there. Because if you want to just do free play, sandbox, whatever else, again, petition for Ninja Kiwi. It's not like an official petition or something to sign, but I'm calling it a petition. Petition for Ninja Kiwi to allow us to use VTSG and Paragons in sandbox mode. And also for Ninja Kiwi to only have the Paragon limit apply to bosses, but not to other game modes. But yeah, that's pretty much the only thing. I mean, if Ninja Kiwi has other things that they had to work on, I understand, so I'm not going to complain about Dread Bloon not coming this update. It is what it is. It's not like it'll never come. It will come eventually. But overall, apart from the Paragon limit and the glue gunner bug not getting fixed, the one that I talked about earlier in the video, apart from those things, I think it's a pretty good update. And I haven't even played it that much. Speaking of which, remember to stay tuned for patch notes, balance changes, and all of that. I will be making a video about that. So, yeah. And also, what else? So, about my channel, I am definitely going to try and upload more frequently in the future. And the reason that I have not been uploading that frequently mainly has to do with academic reasons. But I did recently get a phone with better storage. So I will be able to record plenty of videos and just let them sit, and then upload one day, and then upload the following day, and so on. So I can, for example, record videos in big batches and have them stay on my phone until they're ready to upload without storage issues coming into play, whereas I could not do that with my previous phone. So I won't be as dependent on, okay, I filmed this, now I have to upload it right away. I will be able to have that time in between. So yeah, the ability for this Ace Paragon is still doing pretty well and helping us out quite a bit. It's still like one-shotting fortified ZOMGs, for example, even on round 171. So DDTs, as long as we time this ability correctly, shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, again, it's all about the timing. And speaking of which, you may be thinking that with these Paragons, like 5th tier towers, apart from maybe the VTSG, they're like totally and utterly useless at this point in the game. But that's not true, because if we were to get something like an absolute 0 and use the ability right when a DDT is about to leak, just use that ability and then use the Ace ability to nuke it, and we would be able to save ourselves from losing, whereas without that absolute 0 we would not be able to save ourselves. So there's an example. There are other towers as well, like even towers like the Grand Saboteur with decreasing Moab health when they're spawned, as well as slowing down all non-bad balloons on the screen. as well as Superstorm, for example, and there are quite a few other tier 5 towers that are still useful, even at this point in the game. So let's use this ability again and see what we can do. Alright, so just a couple ZOMGs left, and we take them out pretty easily. And also, speaking of my channel, we are closing in on 3,000 subscribers. We're not quite there, but we are closing in. We're at nearly the 99% mark. So stay tuned, something big is going to be coming for 3,000 subs. I'm not going to specify what it is, but I do have a plan in mind, one that involves both a game that I already have running on my channel and another game, perhaps even 2 other games that I have not made videos on yet, but I would like to start series for. But that's all I'm going to say for now. I'm not going to spoil anything. Just stay tuned and subscribe if you have not done so already, especially if you want to see that come in the near future. So yeah, I'm definitely thinking that we will hit 3K subs before the end of the year, perhaps even before December, for example. Because yeah, it's like early to mid-October, we have some time to go, and we only have like 31 more subs we need to get. So I think we're well on our way, and we may hit it by the end of the year. In fact, we probably will. So we're just going to keep on going with this Ace Paragon run, and so far it's not bad. Round 178, and its base attack is honestly pretty strong. It's stronger than it looked in the preview notes in the Ninja Kiwi pre-release dev update video that showcased the Goliath Doomship in action. It was just like round 102 or something, or 108, with a bunch of ZOMGs, half of which were fortified, and they barely made it on screen, but then the ability was used. But I mean, it didn't look weak there, but it also didn't look as strong as I was thinking it might have been. But honestly, it is pretty strong. And as long as we keep on taking out these Bloons, which are getting close to getting through, yeah, look at how fast those DDTs were. We almost leaked, but we did not leak, we did not lose. We are still going at round 181 with about 160 million pops. So steady progress, and this tower is holding its own, and it's been doing so for quite a while. So it looks like the ability damages bad Bloons by about 40% of their health. So if we use it more often, maybe that will help us to stay in the game longer, but then again, we have to make sure it's up when we need it, especially with these DDTs getting farther and faster. And yeah, that's going to be an important thing to keep in mind. So we're on 183, and we are definitely seeing Bloons get farther. So this does have a stun effect, this ability, and it does work on ZOMGs. So presumably it works on DDTs as well, just like the 5th tier counterpart. But yeah, overall, yeah, I definitely like this tower, and it looks like there's substantially more gold on it than in the preview, because in the preview it looked almost entirely red and black, but there's some more gold on it now, presumably because it's degree 80 plus. So yeah, we are definitely getting far, honestly a little farther than I was expecting. now it's just a question of round 200. And we're just going to keep going until we lose, and I think we will lose pretty soon. But I don't know when that will be. So we just have to keep going and see. But overall, I am pleased with the strength of this tower. We'll just have to see how well it does against bosses. And I think it will do pretty well, because someone did point out in the comment section of the YouTube video I watched that this Paragon will be pretty strong against Vortex in particular, because it will not be stunned if you place the landing pad far enough away from the track that Vortex's stun effect does not reach it. Because no matter where you place the landing pad, you can choose the path for this tower, and it doesn't matter where you place it, where you place the landing area, because it's still going to work the same from anywhere. So that's going to be really helpful for boss runs, and that's presumably part of the reason why it's so expensive. But I'd say it's worth its price considering how far we're getting. And that's without any kind of bonus damage, without bonus damage, because these are not boss runs, so we're not dealing that bonus damage that Paragons deal to boss runs. So first, once we're in 88, we're going to try again, because it looked like there was ceramics we could have gotten. So let's see if we can time our better. So for now, I'm just going to let the get hot, and we'll try using the air. Okay, but 2 left. 1 left. I'm just going to use the ability. Alright, there we go. And it's going to recharge in time for 189. So we're already up to 223 million pops. And we are seeing the pops climb pretty fast. So if we lose again, even after microing with the abilities, I'm going to call it. If we get to round 200, I'm also going to call it there. Because I would like to see if we can beat round 200. But even if we don't with the degree 85, I think we can with the degree 100, considering how far we've already gotten. So, here we are, around 190, and the ramping is pretty strong at this point, because free play rounds did get buffed quite a few times in recent months, and maybe I shouldn't say recent months, but in the last year or so, because the last update was 3 months ago, I think. So yeah, in recent months is probably not the most accurate way to describe what I'm trying to say. But here we are around 191, and we are already at close to 250 million pops. And this is not, usually when I hear billion pops, even if it's talking about half a billion or a quarter of a billion, it's in reference to a modeled tower, but this is not a modeled tower. Still just that big. So I don't know if this tower is going to get built or not, but I honestly think it's pretty good. In its current state, it's probably if it needs enough, it is pretty strong. And we're going to see if without insta-killing, we can beat round 200, because I don't think even a degree 100 Goliath could beat round 200 without the instant kill from its ability. And we did lose lives, I think one ceramic, but we're just going to keep on going, and we're not going to worry about our life count right now. We're going to see if we can get all the way to round 200. And yeah, it's getting pretty late. We're on that. And I even have some unfinished business. And by unfinished business, I mean a homework assignment that I have to complete. So yeah, with that in mind, we're going to retry there. With that in mind, I do have to get going soon, but I still want to put out this video on the night of the update being released because it's just that much better for the viewers when they can watch as soon as something comes out. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick to what I would like to give to my viewers in that sense. And another ceramic plate, okay? I'm not sure why that was, even with the ability, another ceramic plate. But okay, round 194. So we will see. Surprised that there was only one bad that round. But okay. And we have not seen any fortified bads since round 140. So I'm thinking we will probably lose on round 200. But then again, we haven't been taking full advantage of our ability. And I didn't even see those DDTs there pop out of that bad, did you? I know I didn't. But yeah, here we are, round 196 with 286 million pops. Alright, 5 rounds to go for my goal in this episode. Alright, 3 bads left. Clue that it is pretty late where I am. That sleep notification that just came on. So yeah, but I'm still trying to make sure to get this out. So round 197, 4 bad balloons. Use the ability. There's the first one. Next 3 are pretty close to popping, but the DDTs sneak through. Alright, we'll use the ability earlier this time. So these rounds, when you press retry last round, it gives you the same round again. But that does not mean that the round will be the same if you were to start another game and then get up to round 197. That round would not necessarily be the same. Say we beat it this time. Ability is definitely necessary to maximize the popping power of this tower. So, right, we are at 308 million pops. So, let's use the ability right there. Did not pop the bad layer on those first 2, but we did pop the DDTs, but we did not pop the ceramics. Alright, let's try again. There's the first ability, and it no longer one-shots fortified ZOMG, so that goes to show you how immense this ramping is at this point in the game. So the first 2 bads are down. Now we just have the other 2 to take care of. Use the ability as soon as it is recharged right there. And hopefully the DDTs will not cause problems. And they don't. Probably because the ace was right above them. And the ceramics did cause a problem there. So this may be our limit, but I'm going to try again. I think we can do it. I do believe in this tower. So let's see what we can do. So there's the first two beds, and there's some damage on the other two. And I'll wait to use the ability again until these are about to pop. And I tapped it once before that, but it didn't actually work, but that's okay. It's looking forward. So here we are, 199, and this video is definitely going to be over soon, no matter what. If we lose on this round, that's okay. If we lose next round, that's okay. If we beat next round, that's even better. So let's do that, and let's see if we can pop all of these balloons. And there go the DDTs, 2 ZOMGs left, and I'm just going to use the ability. Too late. Alright, try it again. Now we know what we gotta do. There's the first time for the ability. Number 2. Number 3 right there. And we will see. Right there. Okay, there we go. And we're just going to use the ability as soon as we can, whenever we can. So here are the fortified beds for round 200. The first one is not halfway along the track yet, and it's almost been popped. It's past the 80% damage mark. So let's try waiting to use the ability the 4th time. I believe that was the 4th time. So let's see if we can try this better. There's the, actually no, it was the 3rd time, I believe, for the ability. Use it right there. No DDTs to worry about from the first bed, but still looks like we will not be able to beat round 200 that way. I'm gonna wait for the second bed to show up. Hopefully that worked. I don't think it did actually. But that should be okay. We'll see. Look at how fast those DDTs were. The bomb looked like it landed, but it did not. Interesting. Unless it did, but because of how fast the balloons are, the frames per second are not keeping up. But that was a little bit interesting and odd, to say the least. That's one of the things I don't like about late game in BTD6, is that that it's not, how can I put this? It's not reliable, so to speak. It's just not like, you can't really trust the game to do what it's supposed to do. Because you'll have balloons like flying over spike factories, like even if you have a giant perma-spike pile, the ceramic will sneak right through. It won't even eat the spikes up. It'll just fly right on through. And like that's where the lack of reliability comes in for the late game. So I'm going to give it one last try here. We're just going to use the ability whenever we can and see if we can get this done. So I don't know if I should save it for the 3rd time or if I should just use it immediately. see how this goes. Alright. Close. One more try. We were pretty close though. I think we should just wait a little bit longer before using the ability there. So there's the second time. I'm gonna slow the game down here. Try it this time. Great. Okay, it does not work. That strategy does not work. Let's try it again though, a different way. I know I keep saying one more try, but I want to beat this. I want to beat this round. Again, it's okay if we don't, but I do want to beat it. Let's try right there. No, okay. Why weren't the DDTs stunned? That was odd. Why weren't they stunned? I didn't use it right away there. Let's just try. Let's see. Use it as soon as we can, right here. It looks like, let's try Figure Infinite so it's closer to the exit. I forgot that I could micro the path. So let's try that. And we'll see if this works. There are the ZOMGs down to BFBs, Moabs, and still they leak. Again, let's see if there's anything else we can do. If not, again, that's okay. But I still want to see what I can do. So the DDTs from the first, or no, not the first, the second bed, that was the problem for that last attempt. Let's see if just Figure Infinite without the path micro in that sense will work. So there's the final damage phase, and we will use the ability there. I think the same thing is going to happen with the Moabs and the Ceramics. Actually, no, it's the DDTs from the second one. Figure Infinite. Use the ability as soon as the second one shows up right there. One more time, as soon as it is available. That doesn't work. Alright. I have two more strategies. Again, just keeps on doing my micro there. So we'll do that. And we'll use the ability at the latest point we can. Alright, that does not work. Again, I'm trying the same thing but differently. This is not my second strategy. Just to clarify. And we're closing in on 1/3 of a billion pops. So let's try there. Down to BFBs and ceramic stoli. Alright, on to plan B. Still doing the figure infinite. Still doing that. Now we'll do that. So we're going to use 1. We'll use 2. And we probably can't use it a third time. Nope. Alright, I'll delay the second use then. There's 1. This thing keeps going the center path again. That's not what I want. It's probably not going to work. Yeah, I think we're done as far as round 200 goes. I don't think there's much else we can do, especially if we have the ability available right at the start of the round. So, I'm going to call it right here. I still did enjoy this tower, and Degree 100 will most certainly be able to beat round 200. So that's going to wrap it up for today's video, you guys. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more interesting content. And I will talk to you all again in the next video. Peace out.